Hi everyone, this is Sarah with Disirnott Tarot, and I'm here to talk about a deck I just recently got. It's the Dreaming Way Tarot deck by Rome Choi, and this is the front. This is the High Priestess, and this is the back with the Fool. And it's by Rome Choi, illustrated by Kwon Shina, which I believe is a Korean team. And it says, the Dreaming Way Tarot dresses up traditional tarot with contemporary artistic flair. And I really love the artwork here. You can notice it's really colorful. And it's just kind of unique. So I saw it in a gift shop one day, and I didn't really have a chance to check it out. So I just, left it there, and it just kind of stuck in my mind. So I put it on my Christmas list, and I got it. So these are the two random cards that come with it. It's just an introductory card talking about, who illustrated and created it, published by U.S. Game System. And this is the introduction about the author and the artist. And this is the back, which is the same as for all the tarot cards. I think it's very unique. I really like the colors. I think it stands out. And, these cards are pretty good cardstock. I folded them today, I shuffled them up, and I really like the way they felt. They're not too big for my hands, so I like them. This one, I actually trimmed the border off, so let me show you here what it kind of originally looked like. It had the white border. It kind of looked like that with the white border. And I trimmed it off, and the colors just pop out, So I think I'm going to do that for the rest of the cards. I just haven't gotten around to it. So this is the white book that comes with it. It's the Dreaming Way Tarot here, and this is Justice, I believe. And, it just has another introduction, and it goes through the major arcana. It kind of has a little story about each one. And then it goes through the upright and the reverse keywords, just kind of the simple. And then, let's see here, let me go to the middle. So then we go to the minor arcana, and it talks about the characteristics. It goes through soul, mind, and body, which is kind of interesting. And it goes through the information about the numbers, what's the significance about each number. So the 5 would mean difficulty or challenge. And then it also talks a little bit about the court cards. And then it goes through the different suits. So pentacles, rational, feminine, conservative, earth, and materials. And for this, it just basically just gives the keywords, the upright and the reversed. And then it goes through all of them. And I think in the back, it has, its own little spread. It's called the Dreaming Way 5 Dreaming Way 5 card spread. And it goes through the present, past, change, the delusion, and dreams. So, and it's a pretty okay book. I would definitely supplement it with another tarot book if you're just learning, but it's pretty neat. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the different cards. And this is the major arcana. This is the Fool. And, again, you can kind of see those same kind of bright colors. It does have a white border. And then it's a thicker white border, and it says, what kind of card it is. This is the Magician. And this is the High Priestess, the same that's on the cover. And this is one of my favorite cards. I think it has, those really bright colors. I think what's really interesting about this deck is there are some cards which really stand out. So I really like the black and white. It just has these different textures. So I'll show you a card that I really like that's coming up. So this is the Hierophant. And this is the Lover's card. I initially really didn't like this card. I didn't really like it because it has 3 people in it, and I guess this is supposed to, you know, signify either a guide or an angel or some sort of helper, and this is the male and female. So I didn't really like this, but you know, it's kind of growing on me. You know, she has like fairy wings, so I guess she's kind of guiding them together. But I mean, it gives you a different interpretation, and there's a lot of different types of cards like this. You know, just a little bit different. So it definitely makes it unique. This is a Chariot. The Strength. And a lot of these cards do have kind of this fairy tale, bohemian kind of look to it. It's kind of whimsical. Like this one, you know, he kind of just looks like this hunter in the dark woods or something. It's really kind of neat. And Temperance. I really like the little dots on the cup. A lot of the faces, they're very pretty, but they're also just kind of blank. So this is Death. So you can really put any kind of, you know, face you want on them. So this is the Hanged Man, which I think is kind of cooler upside down. You see more of the detail. And what's kind of cool about these cards is, you know, some of them actually have blue blush. So it's kind of cool. So this is Justice. There's that blue blush again. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. She's kind of spinning with the spinning wheel. She's like an angel. This is the Devil, and I think this is one of the more creative cards. So she's kind of wearing this straight jacket, which is bright yellow, and she's actually a very beautiful girl, but she's chained these man and woman here. So, and this is one of my absolute favorite cards. Oh, not this one. This one. This is the Tower card. So, you know what's really interesting about this card, and there are a couple of these cards in there, is they completely stand out from the rest of the deck. So, for example, you see the Devil card has all these bright colors and shades and shadowing, and this is just kind of black and white and kind of sharp. And this is the Star. And a lot of these facial expressions, they really don't smile at all. So this is the Moon. And this is another interesting card. You know, it's not like the traditional card, but you have someone playing with the lobster. And like I said, it gives it a kind of a different interpretation. You know, is usually the moon means, you know, psychic ability or confusion, or you're trying to find your way. But this is like, is she playing with the lobster? You know, is she confused? Does she know what she's doing? You know, there's the moon in the background, so it's like a psychic awareness. And, you know, she kind of looks like she knows what she's doing, but at the same time, maybe she has this blank stare, like she's still confused. She's trying to figure her own way out. So, you know, it gives a lot of different, you know, interpretations, which I do like. And this is the Stun card with the baby who's trying to reach the lollipop here. Judgment. And this is the World, which is okay. The World is supposed to signify kind of the completion of all cycles and the attainment of kind of everything you want, and which is fine, but I kind of like the traditional, you know, there's like a woman in the circle with the different, like the beast and the man and the eagle or whatever. This is, I think, fine, but it just doesn't speak to me in the sense that this is the attainment of everything. I think it could mean, you know, different people see success in different ways. So let's go ahead and go through the Swords card. So, you know, it has a lot of really nice detail to it. But, while we're at it, let's look at the aces of everything, because I just noticed this when I was kind of separating them, is these two, sorry, kind of a glare, these two have backgrounds to them, and then these two don't. So, like I said, some of the cards just kind of stand out, but I think that's what gives it a really unique flair. So, this is the 2 of cards. Oh, sorry, 2 of swords. And, just look at that. Look at that detail. It's really nice. I like how everyone has blush in these cards. So, traditionally, the 3 of swords is 3 swords in a heart. And here you see the person with the sword sticking out of the chest. So, it's a little different. It still has the same message, but I think there's more people in this set. Just look at that. It's kind of neat, the different types of clothes. So this is the 4 of swords. 5. 6. I just kind of noticed this now, but his, I guess, paddle, it looks exactly like a wand suit. So, it could have a double meaning, which could be kind of cool. Oh, and there's another sword here. So. This is another one with the blue. She feels like she's just lost all hope. But it's just so interesting. The colors of the quilt, against the stark whiteness. So this is, of course, the 10 of Swords card. Page of Swords. Kind of has a dagger. The Knight. So my usual go-to deck is usually the Tarot of the Magical Forest, which I love. I think I have like 3 or 4 of the same deck because that's just like my favorite deck. But this is just one of those decks that I started to just take around with me, and suddenly it's kind of becoming like my second go-to deck. And this is the Ace of Cups. So again, it's the dots with the cups, which I think is really creative. I think the really cool thing about this deck is it kind of has, it has the same, Rider-Waite system, but the images are a little bit different. You can get different meanings from it, from like, the traditional Rider-Waite set. So I think this is like a good tarot deck that kind of gives a different interpretation about the same message. So the 5 of Cups, usually just has one person, but here you see another person. So this is a 6 of Cups. Just look at those colors. I think if I take off the borders of these, those colors are just gonna just pop. Right now, when you look at them, you have them all next to each other. The first thing that jumps out is the borders, all the white. And you don't really appreciate the colors and the picture for what it is. So she kind of just looks like she reminds me of a pixie or something, like a fairy without wings, just kind of stomping off determinedly. And kind of looks like a kind of sea captain. Some of it looks kind of, kind of like gothic. Other times it just looks like, a story, fairy tale type, classic animation, or sorry, well. This is another one which is really neat, the Page of Cups. She's wearing this teapot for a hat, and then the fish are here. She's holding the cup, so it's very interesting. There's the queen, and she has a child with her. I think all the queens actually have children in this tarot deck. And this is the king. Okay, so we're going to go talk about the wands now. It's the 2 of wands, 3. This is kind of weird. At first I thought that this was a dress. He was wearing a dress or something, but it's actually a table. And I think I don't know what he looks like. He looks like he's trying to kind of stop the confusion or the conflict. You know, usually they're holding the staffs or the wands, but in this one, I guess they're just kind of have them ready. And this is the 6 of wands, which means, you know, success and moving forward triumphantly. I do kind of like that they have the leaves growing out of them. It's really kind of brings them to life. You know, they're not just these, you know, staffs or wands that are just kind of lifeless. They do have some sort of nature or life to them. So he's picking them up instead of carrying them yet. So, you know, it could mean that you're starting to create the burden, but you haven't gotten there yet. So, this is the Page of Wands, which usually signifies some sort of calling or message. See, this is another card, the Knight of Wands, which is kind of interesting because it almost looks like the pictures have been cut off. You know, you can see the horse, but you can't see the horse, you know, so it's interesting if, you know, you like that kind of stuff. It's kind of artsy. This is the Queen. I guess she does not have a child with her. And this is the King, kind of cool with like a lizard or some sort of chameleon on his shirt. Okay, and the Pentacles. I read with this deck about 3 or 4 times already, and it's really fun to read with. You know, you kind of line them all up, and the story just pops out. It's almost like, you know, a fairy tale out of a book, just because of the colors and the way that the characters are drawn. I mean, overall, I would really, you know, recommend it if you like the artwork. I think the person that got this for me got it off of Barnes & Noble. I think it came to like $20 or something, which includes shipping off Barnes & Noble. But you could probably find it on, you know, different websites. Page of Pentacles. I think overall it's a really well-made deck, and it's going to be one of my top decks to read with. So she has the child too, the Queen of Pentacles. And the King. So, I mean, overall, I really do like the deck, and If you have any questions, you can just go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. And let's see. I'll finish it off with reading the rest of this. In this exquisite deck, stylish characters breathe new life into the scenes and symbols of the major and minor arcana. Dreaming Away Tarot offers fresh interpretations of tarot and explores numerological as well as elemental influences. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope I helped you make your decision about this deck. And, see, it's going to be one of my favorites from now on. Here's the back. So have fun, and until next time, you know,